Hey guys, this is Douglas coming back to you with Craftymon, and if you didn't see the last episode, and you're wondering why I look like this, it's the plastic texture pack. I've got it equipped, and I was about to turn around and be like, do I like like nothing really looks different? And it's like, no, there is just the subtle differences. Now guys, I've been saying for the last couple of weeks that there's this really cool minigame that I want to build, and I do. The premises of it is the equivalent of there's two. There is version 3 of an old minigame from Quest that I did mention last week. And there is a TNT based one, but I need more TNT. I also do just need to find a good place to build the fun land. But for today, what we are doing is clearing that out a little bit and actually servicing that down a little bit. At some point I need to. I don't know if I'll do it today. I was going to do it and build a nice little thing over here, but I don't think I will. I probably will just build that down in my basement. I need to sleep first. But there'll be a few things. First of all, there'll be a gravesite that we do end up building. Forgot to do it last episode. Basically, guys, the episode beforehand, there was a dog that we named called Duke. Now, I had Duke for a good while. Like, I've had the dogs for a good while. They've all just been unnamed. The one time I decided to take one of them out, yeah, it ends up dying. Ah! It's you. Forgot about you. But yeah, so, today is just going to basically be a cleanup day. And by that, I do quite frankly mean going around, taking up shulker boxes, and looking at every single one of these and being like, right, okay, that can be sorted. Now, I don't know whether I will essentially be destroying it or just chucking them into a shulker box. I'm not 100% sure. I've got a few. I don't know how many is a few though. What did I do with them? Ah, they're all there. What did I do with the wood then? Like, it's there. But like I said, guys, basically it's just going to be a nice little cleanup. We're also going to be naming a few more dogs. Um, that's 11. 12. 13. Think I can make like 2 more. I can. Right, gonna start with them for now, and for now, they can get chucked into like there. What I am gonna do is, like I said, guys, for the most part, it's basically just gonna be a simple, cleanup day. Probably won't be that long of an episode. Also, guys, I've said it a few times. I basically did just get fed up of saying it, but if you do hear anything in the background, it's warm in the UK. So that's generally gonna be it. what I'm going to have is a nice little thing over here with about a few sets of shulker boxes with just junk in them. I'll make 2 more and have like 1 for like dirt and all that lot, and like have 2 for dirt, have 2 for thingy. But yeah, gonna be going on a nice little trip and basically just finding everything. But before I do go on that nice little trip, we're gonna be naming. How many emeralds do I have before I go and decide how many more dogs to name? So, guys, I've got enough emeralds to do 4. I will do 2 more. Um, but yeah, so it's gonna be a nice, simple. Yeah, so I do have multiple ways to 20. Now, I probably could try and get this cheaper. And it probably is worth it. But I don't know whether the same methods work on Bedrock as they do on Java. I know you can do something with zombies. I don't know whether the same methods work. I'm gonna pick 2 dogs. You. When the hell did you become all sandy? Hey Tia. Hey Rose. So Tia and Rose have become kind of close friends. Obviously Benji and James are next to each other. Snowy's been Snowy. Duncan's been Duncan. And you. We're gonna go and pick you collars, and then we're gonna go and name. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind? This is a villager-free zone because, quite frankly... Also, guys, if any of you do want to know how Duke died, basically, it wasn't from this, but basically, I was working on the farm. I was upgrading it, putting a few new plants, putting a few new things that I can grow, and Duke, from the looks of it, went under the water and started drowning. Now, why I don't think this is enough to... YouTube do kind of probably need a bath, it's probably been a while. Don't think that's enough. I'd rather not take the risk of them basically just being sat down. So they would instantly get teleported to me, okay. But then again, that becomes problems because if I'm, say if I'm, near but under the water and they get teleported to me, like, what colors do I actually have? Not that many. Nah, just because I did the snowy thing with white, I'm not doing the exact same because it's really hard to see. We'll do light blue. You do sit there. Now, white's going to be kind of a waste. Do I happen to have any cactuses grown? Basically, guys, the Epicnexes are basically the... Actually, why I'm down here? No, oh god. Tempted to nick one, very much am. I will do some cleanup while I'm down here, but basically, guys, the episode that Duke died was I was like, I want a green collar for him. But like I say, guys, this is basically, like, this looks horrible. This looks like a mess. There will be a few that I do leave, like, for instance, the chest down there. I'll probably empty them, but I probably will just leave it. But yeah, this looks like a mess. Um, I hate the fact that you can't, just quickly get shulker boxes to your hand. It would be so much more useful. But yeah, also guys, another reason why I have basically just stopped mentioning the case of when I do like my fan all that lot, I was saying it every single time. It's summer, it's warm. Now, I don't know whether, because basically, out of the three settings, because I've got one of those cases where it's got like 1, 2, and 3 sort of thing, of like sort of having like much wind pressure and all, like air and all that lot. Um, and from having it on the second setting, it does pick up a decent bit. Right, we'll start here. There is going to be a good bit of sand, so I probably will do a separate one for sand. And ores. Now, I can guarantee you now, I will end up running out, but this way I somewhat sorted. Yeah, so guys, at the minute it's just stupid. It's just warm in the UK. And for anyone does say, you're only wind, like, it's not that bad, it's worse in blah blah blah. Yeah, guys, a few water companies that turn around and state the fact of, yeah, only use water if you desperately need to. Because basically, guys, the reason a lot of people in the UK do turn around and be like, I feel like I'm, getting, I feel like the sun's trying to punish me for something, is, UK houses aren't built for the heat. I've said this a few times, I will continue to say it. And because of that, you then have problems where it does generally end up too warm. I'm also hoping that I am kind of close enough, but like I say, guys, this is the farm. I've made it so you can go both ways. So you can go in and out. Now, a problem that I did have was basically I didn't have enough pumpkins, which meant like they started growing like right next to the thing, and it's like, oh god. I keep a hole in me anyway, so it was never been too much of a problem. But that's because I have light blue on me. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, so guys, for the most part, this episode's just gonna be a nice little cleanup, nice little conversation. Some nice, just some simple times. Haha. But yeah. So that can get smelted into lime. But yeah, like I said, guys, it's generally just been warm. Now, why unlike some, I am thankfully lucky to say that I'm not completely snookered by it. Like, it's generally been warm, but I've not been out that much, and like I've only been out when I've needed to, and two, when I've been in, I've had a fan. I will do this, and then I will need to go and sleep. But like I say, I will basically just be making a smeltery. Because guys, I'll do this for some of the episodes, I'm not going to spend too long doing this. Gonna take that and chuck it in with the ores. But also, guys, something that I didn't like necessarily like, not necessarily not the best choice of words, but think was I don't know, like somehow managed to. I've been wanting to watch X-Men Evolution for a good while, and without DVDs, there's no simple way in the UK. Because a lot of times I've heard people, and I've heard Google myself turn around and say, "Oh, it's on Netflix," and then give me the option to go to Netflix and check, and it's like, "Sorry, it's not." And it's like, "Ah, okay, so you're telling me something that's not on UK version of this," and then it gets me thinking, why the fuck is there a difference? Like, why the hell is there a difference? Gonna have to go into this because there is a load of sand. There's more sand than I thought there was gonna be. Like, these aren't so bad, and I'm definitely gonna do more. But what I will do is I like having the pals around, but they bring problems, and those problems are generally they get in the way. Well, because why I'm doing this, we're just gonna have a nice conversation on how I don't want to use dumb, stupid. More specifically, it was hiding who Sadie Sink was playing in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, personally, I think it was a stupid thing. I get it. You want people to be like, "Oh my god," but one, with general people, if you turn around and say, "Don't look behind you," like, please don't look behind you. Like, just don't look behind you. They're gonna look behind them, and then when they see, a giant, 20-foot ice cream, they're gonna be, "Oh my god," because it's a normal reaction. I think I will do is just fill up the sand ones and then take them back with me, because I can chuck all that into, a dedicated sand chest. Like I say, a lot of this is stone because guys, a lot of the missing spots, like these, I think are just empty. But a lot of the missing spots in that, like this, was just because it was filled with dirt. Is that clay? Did not know I picked up clay. But yeah, it was literally just because a case of they were dirt. Because again, I leveled a giant mountain that I split into about 4 pieces, and I struggle to think of a time it was actually there. And for anyone does start wondering, if you had that much dirt, what the hell did you do with that much dirt? Well, if we take a nice little walk down to Wonderland, that's what I did with it, like terraforming a bit of this, all that lot, terraforming all that out. Because like originally it was about halfway roughly. Um, like it went up to here, I think. So I've just basically done that. Like I've done a good bit of work here, and it might not look like it. It might just look like a simple plain thing, but I've done a decent bit of work. Also, guys, I'm going to mention this now. because I know, just because otherwise I might forget. Not Evolution. X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 8. I thought it was Episode 7, I was wrong, but it was Episode 8. And yes, 100% yes. Did it bring this? Because basically, guys, 97 is basically for me. For me, Polaris as a character, I've never really cared much about. Like, there's a few of them. Um, Polaris, my first introduction to her was Wolverine and the X-Men, and growing up, that always felt like it was replacing X-Men Evolution. It was like the next X-Men show after it, and it always just felt like it was a bit of a replacement. Which, as a kid, I'm like, no, don't replace that. I did Chuck Clay in there. And because of that, I was always sort of like, God, no, please don't. So I don't hate Wolverine and the X-Men. I don't think it's a good show. I've not seen it in a good while, but X-Men Evolution and Wolverine and the X-Men, I have recently seen reacts to, and they were good. X-Men Evolution is still as good as I remembered it, and it's always gonna be like a really cool show for me. But Polaris as a character, I was never like really like interested like character wise. Like, yeah, she's kind of cool, but yeah. I mean, Clay is 100% gonna have to come out. But like again, like in that show, she's more seen as sort of like the princess type. Like, no, please don't hurt me, Daddy, save me, sort of type. And it was just not really that an interesting character. I mean, that's two empty shulker boxes. The Clay can go in there. And but yeah, never that interesting of a character. Now, I'm gonna start to first thing first. But she was again never that interesting. It was more like, okay, you seem cool, and because again, I never watched the original series. It was just never something that I originally watched at the original X-Men animated series. Um, so because of that, I was like never got introduced to Polaris. I've now changed my mind on it. Names. I kind of like the name Sandy because it's a nice little desert color. Don't know why I kind of like the name Thomas. Thomas and Sandy. But like, from not really being interested, like she was never that interesting of a character. Kind of want a different name for Tommy. No, and also no to Thomas because I plan to name a cat Spark and Tommy at some point. A cat Spark, a Tommy, and a dog um, Spark. Um, Monster Hunter reference. If you've not seen it, to catch people up. In Monster Hunter World, I had a cat, a palico in there who's like a cat, called Tommy. In Monster Hunter Rise, I named the same palico Tommy because he, came with me. We had a nice little trip. And then I had then I had a dog called a Palamut. Don't quote me on that. Called Tommy. And they're just names that I've always used when playing them. And I will be naming two dogs after it at some point. Um, Kind of like the name Thorn. Tempted to make a Batman reference within the name Signal, but no. Also, guys, if anyone does say, didn't you already do that with Duke? No, that was more of a case of a spare at the moment name. See, I'm bad when it comes to naming dogs. What color was lime? So I'm gonna go with like thorn as in like thorny plants. Light. Ocean? Thorn and ocean? No. Desert, cactus, lime. Right, you know what? For now, I will put those in there. And right, guys, what I am gonna do. Basically, the room's basically gonna operate. So I could go further that way. But because of this, there's basically just gonna be a giant room where you can walk in, and there's just gonna be lava that you can basically just empty your inventory in. There's also just gonna basically be a bunch of double chests that you chug it in, and if it's left there for a period of time, then you can. I forgot what the intended purpose of this room was always meant to be. But it was always meant to be this ginormous room. I mean, I can't go that much higher because it's like one block. Hmm. I mean, I can go like 2 blocks below it. So just gonna give it a quite a like a quick little. Like nice little dig around. See, I do kind of like just keeping the angle of the stairs, even if it does kind of make the room look a bit worse. Now, I don't know how big I'm going to end up doing this room. I'm probably gonna do like a big room so like a few people can come in here. Like I want a nice little area for chests. I want a nice little area where you can come and empty your inventory. I'm gonna want several chests. Please don't be the outside. Like I know dirt can generally spawn a bit lower, but anyway, just so you don't have to see me dig all this room out. Oh god. I would 100% rather re dig this full room out than just need to deal with the water now. Right, so guys, what we'll say now is, because I need to take this room out, I need to go and clear the rest of the garbage. Um, I will sort this, put the lights back to where they were. Sort this, dig this fully out. Put the lights back to where they were, grab the rest of the stuff from that thing, and then be back ready to fill in basically the room where you're just gonna go and sort of empty room, chuck away stuff when you've been mining and you just want to get rid of all that stuff. But I'll be back as soon as this is done and that's done. But then I'll cover the rest of X-Men 97. We're back, and it's been a little while. I don't know exactly how long. Um, but this room is not. I don't want to say half done. I've done a little bit of work. Basically, all I've done was I wanted to basically. I didn't want to put torches in it because, well, it'd be stupid. There's going to be lava, and the lava's going to be in these little pits areas. There'll be two giant pit areas here. The lava will be down. These will all be dug out. But first, I do need to go and get glass. I will then basically, then we'll be doing that. And the only thing I've not done is the literal fetching the rest of it. But like, that's got a few things in. I have literally, because what I was, when like digging it, I was like, I'll just use cobblestone because I think it'll look nice. And then, I don't know why it didn't cross my mind, but as I was literally doing it, I was like, I can make stone bricks. And I'm like, I'm an idiot. But yeah, so we are just gonna be doing that. I'm gonna do the glass, then I'm gonna go and I need to name you two, don't I? Do I have glass left over though? Can I cook glass in a blast furnace? No, I can't. What's power notes? Ah, charcoal. There's a load in there, it's not gonna hurt too. Just chuck that into there. But while that cook, what I will do is go and make Duke's grave. But I'll also think of a couple names. I'm basically just going to be using this lava. And so, but yeah. Plus, it doesn't take that long for it to respawn back. But before I do go and do anything, I just want to kind of empty my inventory. I do need to think of two names. Um, I weirdly kind of like the name Oak. Like, come here, Oak. Um, Oak and Dive? No. Freeze? Who's a good freeze? No. We'll go Dive. Not Dive. We'll go Oak. Because I do like the name. We'll go Oak for the, like, sandy one. Um, You know, I kind of like name Blizzard. Like, I like weird names sometimes. Like, sometimes I'm like, Blizzard just sounds cool. So, guys, slight bit of an idiot. I don't know why I was thinking there was like no L because I was like going like B-I-Z. No, that's no double Z. But yeah, which is even kind of stupider when you put into consideration I play and stream a game that's by Blizzard every week. Also, guys, this is getting recorded Wednesday. Right before, like, this is getting recorded Wednesday, but won't be out until Friday. I'm calling it now, and you'll find, like, if it ends up being true, there'll be a video out Saturday. I'm calling it now. There'll be an Overwatch video Saturday. If there isn't, it's because there was no new law. But if we've only got until if like new season starts next Tuesday, I refuse to believe they're not dropped a new hero trailer or not dropping one because apparently one has been dropped, and it's to do with the Mecha Squad. And I will go if it is completely with the Mecha Squad or lot. I will cover all that in the next episode in like the Overwatch thing. But we've got Blizzard and Oak. Now, guys, over the next 3 weeks, like I will go make the groove. What do I need for it is well, first I need to go and pick a spot. Like I need somewhere nice. And just guys, I've been down in the mine for a good while. Like I need somewhere nice. Like Duke deserves somewhere nice. He was like the first named dog in this series. Now I don't know why, but I'm willingly thinking. But do I really want to know? I don't really want to start. Like I've got enough digging to do. I don't really want to do more. Because like some point I do want to terraform this and just have it as like an open land area. Just because I think this would look so much more nicer. And if I do it, I will be doing it in between episodes. Basically, all I will be doing is basically terraforming it down to like the one level, and then any mountains that are built from it, just tearing them down a bit. Um, but I mean, if I slightly terraform this, which will take me like 30 seconds. Like, if you want to like sort of like come at me in the comment section, being like, "Dude, you got file placement?" Yeah, dude, I'm a guy. Like, guys, to literally point out like how much of a case when it comes to files, I'm dumb as anything. Anytime I, you know, get flower, like anytime I go and buy flowers for like birthdays or like Christmas or like just like as a nice gift, as like a nice gift or like Mother's Day. Shit, I bought a shulker. I'm not gonna go check every bit of dirt just in case I need, but I'll keep like the half of like the almost full stack I've got on my inventory. The rest can go into a chest, unless I need more. You know what? You are free, so I need one of them. Yeah, sure. What? Um, Chicken. Is there no way to? Go. R.I.P. a Duke. Duke, you will be missed. Do I kind of want him? Yeah. That comes from. It is a command in Arc. RP Duke, you will be missed. Basically, players only is a command in Arc that I've used a few times, and it's one of those cases where it's like, no jump, because I play a lot of single player, right? So I don't mind when it comes to commands. Because of that, there have been a few times where I'm just like, oh no 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 shit, and it's been like, need a second to think, activate it, think, and it's like, all right, okay, so I got this, right? I can grapple to there, get out of this situation, and I've got bow and arrow on me, and I've got tranks. I'm fine. But yeah, like RP Duke, you will be missed. I will basically at some point basically just trim this all back a good layer. Yeah, it's too big. You're smaller. I will at some point let most of the dogs just have like that sort of like goodbyes, but I am gonna go grab a small handful of them, the ones that happen to be named. Am I showing special treatment? Kind of. But then again, guys, if I didn't have to pay 20 emeralds, like I can get a bunch of emeralds. I swear, Dan, you don't like. You look more pink. And that dog did have a name. I just can't remember it. Like it. Oak, Blizzard, Taya, Rose, James, Snowy, Benji, gonna 100% regret this, Duncan. See, guys, it's normally annoying taking just James and Benji. But that gets a lot more annoying when you then put into consideration there's like 8 of them with me. There's fire in my house. I'm 100% prepared for the worst case scenario. Duncan's here, Snowy's here, Taya's here, James is here, Rose is here, Blizzard's here, Benji's here, Benji, Taya, James, Duncan, Snowy, and then 2 more. So yeah, there's 7 of them that's named. Come on, guys. There was 8. All you sit. It's not snowing. Snowy, were you and Duke not friends? Alright, guys, I'm gonna let you have you some time. I'm gonna go and finish some stuff off. And by finish some stuff, I do just mean spend, say, a few more minutes. But I'll let you say goodbyes, and I'll come and grab you on my way back. I'm 100% gonna forget about them. 100%. But finishing off the X-Men conversation, RP Duke, you will be missed, and you were a good dog. I just wish I'd, had been more careful when near you with water. But like X-Men 97, guys, it has had me on this train with Polaris for the last couple episodes, and I've been like, yes, I have no problem saying this now. Jean and Cyclops are like my favorite characters in X-Men. I love the fact that Cyclops is one of those cases where you can't see because of like his injuries and because of that fact of how like and all that lot, and his concussion blasts are just cool. Ow. Now I like the Phoenix arc. I do. I like the fact that when Jean does go, flame on, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference to me. because my first like interaction with the character was through X-Men Evolution, and that did not have a flaming bird. I will fill these up. And but now Polaris, I probably will say, it's definitely top 5. Because like what Cyclops and Jean are like 1 and 2. Like they are both just like if I could, I'd 100% say they're both 1. Like I'd like them both. Like no ifs, no buffs. They're just both equal for me. Like because I like the arc in X-Men Evolution where Jean didn't even like because they have a psychic connection. Jean didn't even have to basically like she just knew the person that she loved was in danger. Didn't need to think, didn't need to act, just knew it. And Professor X just kind of falls off being like, Jean, I'm much stronger than you, so I would 100% know if he was in trouble, and he's not. He's perfectly fine. And her being like, Professor, I know better. Which, in this case, I would say yes. And and then just turning up and rescuing him. Like, known for a fact that he was in danger, but not how. It was interesting. But, like, because of things like that, I find the character in general, I should really be using a Fortune Hoe. Because I have one, so why the hell am I not using one? But, like, I find the character interesting. Like, both of them. One's an entity for a flaming space bird. The other's got concussion blast that's so deadly that if he opens his eyes without some protective gear, you're going to be taking a trip to the morgue. Not joking. But then for like number 2, I'm gonna give it to Shadowcat. Like I like Kitty as a character. Like the fact that her abilities are cool. Um, it was this one, wasn't it? And like her abilities are cool. I'm contemplating whether I prefer her to Gambit though, because Gambit's also really cool. I like got all the dirt. Just I still got space in that chest and that shulker. You know what? No, Polaris is probably my number 3rd. Number 4th, I'm going Storm because she's a really cool character. I'm gonna go Rogue. Number 6 would be Logan, like, cause I do like Wolverine. Number 7 would be Gambit. And then 8 and 9 will be Shadowcat and Nightcrawler. Like 7 and 8 is 100% like Shadowcat and Shadowcat and Nightcrawler. But I'm gonna go number 10 is Scarlet Witch. Um, she was called in X-Men Evolution. Did I? So like, part of that is just because I do think she's cool in, like, not MCU wise. I do just think she's cool in Wolverine and the X-Men. Um, you know, I'm going Beast, like, because I do overall, well, like, I overall do like Beast. So yeah, I'm gonna go Beast for number 10. So that would be my like 10th. But like for a good while, Polaris wasn't even on that list. Like she isn't much of like anything. Like, not saying she's not like a cool character or anything, but my only introduction beforehand was, like I say, I grew up watching like X-Men Evolution and then Wolverine and the X-Men, which is when I first got introduced to Polaris. And she wasn't much of a character in that. She appeared every so often, but sort of was like, "Hey, I'm here." And it was more like, "Hey, I can do this" sort of thing, and she wasn't that cool in that. But the reason I do like Polaris now is because of 97 Season 2. She starts off being a case of like that one character that you know because of the X-Men, and she's interesting because of that point of view, and then she joins up with the X-Men and then instantly becomes a badass. She joins up with the X-Men feeling down, feeling that she's not much, and like feeling like she's got a legacy to live up to that she feels that she doesn't know how to, which is understandable. Magneto is one of those cases where it's like you've got a lot to live up to. For like 12 through like 11 through 15, it probably would be Magneto, Mystique, Havoc, Avalanche, Quicksilver, and then like Scarlet Witch. And then for like up to like 20 would probably be Iceman, Colossus, um, blah, blah, blah. Why is my mind now going blank? Colossus, Jubilee. See, this is a lot harder now that I'm trying to like think of like names. Morph, because I do actually think Morph is like an underrated character. And like I don't really have any others after that. Like Bishop, Cable, and that lot. No, hold on, wait. Psylocke's 100% on that top 10. Who am I replacing? Shadowcat Nightcrawler can be one slot, and then Psylocke can take the earlier spot. I had honestly forgotten about it. Like Psylocke is one of those characters where Magic's probably also on that list. But like Psylocke's one of those characters that I don't necessarily forget she exists. She's just not appeared in many things. Like her, like from I think the first time I saw her was potentially live action because I don't think she appears in Wolverine and the X-Men. She doesn't appear in X-Men Evolution, and she does. No, she does appear in Wolverine and the X-Men. That might have been the first time because I think I saw that before Age of Apocalypse came out. Anyway, guys, I've been talking for a long time. Anyway, I'll chuck these down, and then it's the end of the episode. Sorry, it's not been nice in the last few weeks. It's just been a case of like I don't know where I want to put the fun land. Um, But like Psylocke is 100% an interesting character. She's probably in my top 5. Anyone who I do like have mentioned beforehand, they move up. But for me, it'd be Jean, Cyclops, Jean, Cyclops, Polaris, Psylocke, and then Rogue would probably be my top 5. Now, not this. Then top 5 is, but then like from like 6 upwards, it's like Nightcrawler, Gambit. No, Nightcrawler, Shadowcat, Gambit. 100% me doing this list. Nightcrawler, Gambit, Nightcrawler, Shadowcat, Gambit, Beast, and Iceman, because I do think he's an underrated one, but like my top 5 is, but it's literally just a case of my top 5 is literally just a case of Jean. She had some badass moments in X-Men Evolution. The Dark Phoenix Saga. She had some badass moments in the original series. She's been badass more than once in '97. Psylocke's been really interesting in '97 and had some cool moments in Wolverine and the X-Men. So did Jean. Polaris has been awesome in '97 season 2. Scott's been a badass in '97 and was cool in X-Men Evolution. Storm's probably like number 10 on that list instead of Iceman. Rogue has had some interesting things. X-Men Evolution, she was gothic, which was just a cool twist on the character. She was cool in the original series. She's been cool in '97. She was cool in Wolverine and the X-Men. And like Psylocke, one, she's been cool in Marvel Rivals. So have the other characters I've mentioned. Two, she was a badass. Hey guys, are you? Sorry guys, I'll be back for your next episode. Have fun in some form or fashion. But like, they've all had cool moments. Like for me, the cool moment for me for Jean is I think back to X-Men Evolution, where the simple fact where she does literally try and like she literally just gets Mystique and sort of forces her back, being like, get the hell away from him. For me, for Cyclops, it's him knowing exactly that Professor X wasn't Professor X and it was Mystique in Evolution. Rogue has several cool moments in that. Hannah's just had a few cool moments, but for me, one of the big memories for me for Rogue is '97 season 1, where she goes and trashes the thing because she was looking for the person who created the Sentinels. It's something to do with the Sentinels anyway. And that Cap gets involved and she just takes Cap's shield. Polaris, '97 season 2. Psylocke, movies. She's had some cool moments, but movies. The fact she willingly just takes a katana to Apocalypse in the end. Anyway guys, I have no idea how long this is going to be. Sorry if it is stupidly long. But thanks for watching. This is Tag signing off. If you are new around it, please like, comment, subscribe. Sorry I didn't drop a spoiler warning for the X-Men thing, but it was just a really cool episode. A nice new twist, like X-Force coming back, doing some shadyish stuff, and needing like X-Men's help, and it was basically a follow-up from the Gambit thing, and Apocalypse still living, but in a spirit thing with inside, Gambit. So really cool thing. I do recommend going and watching it. Thanks for watching. This is Tiger signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.